Welcome all Atma Jyotis. Let's start the class with Guru Vandana. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Dhyana Moolam, Gurur Murti, Puja Moolam, Gurur Padam, Mantra Moolam, Gurur Vakyam, Moksha Moolam, Guru Kripa, Shruti Smriti, Purananam, Alayam, Karunalayam, Namami, Bhagavat Padam, Shankaram, Lokashankaram, Harihi Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om. Slowly open your eyes. Okay, so let's begin the class. So we have been discussing Bhagavad Gita, and we have finished until 4th chapter, which was Gnana Karma Sanyasa Yoga. Today we will be discussing on the 5th chapter, which is Karma Sanyasa Yoga. So I will just share the PPT. So what is Karma Sanyasa Yoga? Sannyasa means it's not, they say renunciation. Renunciation of what is the question? It's not, it's renunciation of, it's renunciation of doership. It's not renunciation of action. So people think that sannyasa means I don't have to do anything. Instead, it is renunciation of doership. We should be completely involved in the action, but we should not have the thought or the attitude with which I am working or you are working should be that, should not be I am doing it. The doership should not be present. That is sannyasa. That is that is what we are going to see. So Krishna, when he says renunciation, he means to say drop the doership, not drop the action. So, so we all have been hearing this. That first 6 chapters are about Tvam, which is you. Explanation of what you are. That is, you are Brahman. What is the nature of you? That first we go on to say how I am not the body, how I am not the mind, and how I am not the intellect. So this is how it is told, the stepwise, which we have been learning, and we all have been learning what is sannyasa, what to drop, and all that. So first six chapters is about you. The next 6 chapters is about the Tat, about Bhagwan. When we say Bhagwan or Ishvara, so that is what the next 6 chapters are about. The final 6 chapters are about Asi. Asi is how the Jivatma is, how Jivatma is Paramatma, what the relation is, how it is. So all those explanation is given in the final 6 chapters. So there are 2 main messages that we have been learning in Bhagavad Gita. In all the chapters, the focus is on just 2 main messages. Although the details of the chapters, it will go in depth about the sannyasa or gnana or sankhya. Overall message of each chapter is going to be just the 2 messages. One is Brahma Vidya, other one is Yoga Shastra. Brahma Vidya is like knowing about Bhagwan, knowing about Brahman, how it is you, how it is your own self. And The next is the Yoga Shastra. Okay, now with Gnana, I know that I am Brahman, but I have been given this body, mind, and intellect. How do I apply it in the world? That is what is the trouble now, right? The people, they are facing trouble in the world. So it could be with anyone. It could be with the relations, it could be with the spouse, or it could be with the mother-in-law or daughter-in-law or children, even children, you know, children with parents struggle, right? So the how we apply it in the world. Only gnana is not helping. Only gnana will not make work. But I want to learn Bhagavad Gita how to apply it in the world. So that is taught in the in as the part of Yoga Shastra. Most of the chapters, what we are trying to learn here is Karma Yoga. Next 6 chapters, we will also learn what Bhakti Yoga is. Uh, yeah, so that is the Yoga Shastra. Now, moving on to the 4th chapter. So, which is Karma, 5th chapter, which is Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So, when we say Karma Sannyasa Yoga, over here, Krishna, although it is the title of the chapter is Karma Sannyasa Yoga, it's not dropping the action, not dropping the karma, not dropping the action, not that way. It is dropping the doership of the action. I'm doing something, say I'm drinking water, I'm not telling that I am drinking. It's happening. Okay, God is operating through me. So this action is happening. Dropping of the doership. When they say renunciation, renunciation is not renunciation of actions. Krishna is a thorough karma yogi. He acted in the world full on full. Whatever work he did perfectly. Okay, he acted. He was not sitting silently. He never told, I am Brahman, I am Bhagwan, I am an avatar of Bhagwan. So I will not do anything. Everybody should, one second. Krishna never told, I'm Avatara of Bhagwan. All of you come and press my feet or wash my feet or fall at my feet. Or he never did all that. Not even once. He never did all that. Krishna was a thorough karma yogi. He acted in the world. He did every single action himself. Okay. So that is how we should be. Krishna doesn't mean when he says karma sannyasa yoga, drop the action. No, it means drop the doership of the action. Okay, we should drop the doership of the action. Okay, so what is that? Now, one example. There was one famous book about a lawyer called Julian Mantle. So, what happened? This book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari was about him. So the author over here, Robin Sharma, he's so clever that if he had written just the title of the topic as the book as or the monk, nobody would look at it or it will not be sold off at all, isn't it? Monk is such a boring word. So what he did, he uh, twisted monk who sold his Ferrari. Now people see Ferrari and people will buy the book. Oh wow, monk sold a Ferrari. And so that's how it was. So millions of copies were sold. So what happened with Julian Mantle? He was a very famous lawyer. Was earning he was earning lots. Okay. Every other moment he became a workaholic. He was earning so much so that he became a workaholic. So he became a workaholic, and one fine day it so happened that he had heart attack. Only when he was in this hospital bed, then he realized. Then he was thinking, "What am I doing? I'm earning and earning and earning, you know." So that's when he started thinking, what is this life all about? It made him think, why am I doing all this? Well, what is this I'm earning for? What am I doing? So because he thought, then all these, only when there is a deep call within a person, it takes the person to in a certain direction, okay, to uplift the person, right? So with the somehow he was directed to one of the set of group of monks, monkhood, monk ashram. So he got connected to that ashram. And from there onwards, he started learning all Atma Gnana and all that. And after learning Atma Gnana for a couple of years in the ashram, so now he asked the guru in that ashram, what to do now? Now I learned Atma Gnana. Now I have the Gnana. What to do now? So now he was instructed, now you have the Gnana. Don't stop working now. No, don't stop your action. Now go and act in the world. So all these years I have been acting in the world. I have been a wife, I have been a mother, I have been a daughter, daughter-in-law, I have been an employee, I have been a friend. I have been working all my life, but I was not working with gnana. Means I did not have gnana. I was doing everything unconsciously. Now his teacher in the ashram tells him, now you go and work, but work with gnana. Now you have the gnana, now you go and work. Don't stop your work. How do you, what is meant by working with gnana? I work, but without the doership. This is what Krishna tells Arjuna. Now Arjuna asks, okay, Krishna, you have told me karma yoga, sankhya yoga, gnana yoga. You told me gnana karma sannyasa yoga. What do I do now? So now Krishna says, now you go and work. So Arjuna is confused. Should I go and become a monk? No, no, no. You don't have to go and become a monk now. Don't drop your actions. Drop the doership of the actions. So in this chapter, Krishna, he says how this name of the chapter is Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So Krishna brings in an argument and says how a householder life is even more uh, valuable and uplifting into the into spirituality when compared to a monk. When we generally say monk, we see the monk who have dropped the worldly materialistic life and they have been living a life of a monk. So Krishna compares and tells. So over here, and then he went on to do a lot of work in the world by dropping the doership. Okay, so I'll just read this out. So all these PPTs are produced by my Guruji. I did not do anything in any of these PPTs. This is not my work. Even everything, it's through Guru's Kripa only. But the PPTs I did not do. I only borrow it from him every time before the class and put it here. Even I am seeing it for the first time. In the sense, when I learn from him, I have seen, but while presenting it to you, I feel like it is the first time for me. So in the fourth chapter, Lord Krishna talked about knowledge and renunciation, right? He referred to the wise man as one whose karmas are burned by the fire of knowledge. So Krishna in fourth chapter, he says, Gnanagni Dadda Karmani. So what happens? Many people think that, okay, I should become a monk. Without becoming a monk, I cannot get mukti. I cannot reach God. I cannot attain God. I cannot know God. People think like that. All the people like us, householder, we think that, oh, monk are very great people. They have dropped everything. They have dropped all the attachments. Might be. I'm not denying that they have not dropped or anything like that. It's not dropping the attachments only, it's mamakara only, it's dropping the ahankara as well. Some people, what happens, they drop all their materialistic things. They drop their family, wife, work, children, and they go and accept monkhood, sannyasa. But what happens, they have this that I am a sannyasi now. That I am a sannyasi itself is a trouble over there. I am a the dropping of I is important. Even if you are a sannyasi, you should first drop the fact that I am doing it. That itself will become a very big this thing to drop. Now it's even more, the ego is even more stronger. I am a sannyasi. Whenever sannyasis see the householder walking past in the walking in the as a passerby or somewhere, oh, I am great, I have dropped everything. See that householder, He is still attached to the house. He's still attached to the family. He's still attached to the materialistic desires. I have dropped all the materialistic. That itself is a strong ego. It's very difficult to drop that kind of ego. Okay, I have dropped everything. That I have dropped itself is a strong, that ahankara itself is supposed to have dropped. And that will happen not by running away from the society, not by going to the mountains and sitting on top of the mountain and doing tapasya or on all that. Instead, it should be, uh, that is attained by the fire of knowledge, which is gnana. Oh, gnana alone can give mukti. Gnana alone can burn karma. Nothing else will be able to burn karma. So that's what Krishna tells in the previous chapter. He glorified the wise man as one who is free from possessions, one whose only activity is the maintenance of the body. So, and who is happy with anything that comes due to prarabdha karma. So what happens with the monk is, see, it's not wrong that somebody is taking monkhood, it's wrong, nothing like that. But for most of the people, most of the jivatmas in the world, it's not suitable. Maybe, the pressure from the society makes them run away from the society. Maybe somebody is not able to face certain things. Maybe somebody thinks, oh, monkhood, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to take too much pressure from the society. Only such people, sometimes due to immaturity, they take and acquire monkhood. And they regret later on. Okay, that is not required. And it is not suitable for all kinds of mindset. Very, very mature people will be able to do it. Otherwise, what Krishna is suggesting, you can follow sannyasa while you are in the society. Whether you're married, not married, doesn't matter. Even when you are in the society, even if you are married, even if you're not married, even if when you're working in the society, you can be a sannyasi. That is all. That is possible. So that's what Krishna says. Who is happy with anything that comes to due to prarabdha. Evidently, these are the signs of a monk. At the same time, Krishna concludes the chapter by advising Arjuna to take action. Naturally, Arjuna is not able to reconcile Krishna's various statements. So now he asks more questions. So we move on to the fifth chapter. So in the fifth chapter, so it's divided into six different sections. So the first section will be lifestyle of a sannyasa versus activity. Generally, people think sannyasa means no action, no activity in the world. Okay, just keep doing dhyana about God or keep talking about God. So how a lifestyle of sannyasa and versus the one who does a lot of activity in the world. Second is the progress in karma yoga, which is 5.7, shloka 5.7 to 5.5. Third is the wisdom of renunciation of action. Okay. People say renunciation of action. It's not renunciation of action. Renunciation of doership of the action. Okay. Next, detachment. Then liberation after death. Then meditation. So, when we say inactivity versus activity, even a sannyasi cannot be inactive, fully inactive. His body, for the very basic bodily activity should happen within a sannyasi, right? So in the same way, the person who is in the society, who is working in as part of the society, who is not taken monkhood, can still be a sannyasi. Okay. For this, we can take the example of Karma Yogi, who is Arjuna. What Arjuna does, he's thoroughly focused in his action. So, what Krishna is advising is, be a Karma Yogi. Okay? Be a Karma Yogi, Arjuna. Whatever action you do, be thoroughly involved. So, people might ask, how do I get thoroughly involved? My child is not listening to me. My parents are not listening to me, or everything is not functioning according to my wish, according to how I want. Yes, so start seeing Bhagwan. How do I start? Where do I start? First, I have the knowledge that I am Brahman. over the time, how we learn all through the over the time through the chapters, that we see we learn one more Mahavakya. So the first Mahavakya is Tattvam Asi. I am Brahman. The second one more Mahavakya is Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, which is everything that I see is also Brahman. So because everything that I see is also Brahman, whoever I'm interacting with in the world, in my life, in my family, in my office, or in my circle of friends, or in the society, everybody is Bhagwan Swarupa. Everybody has Bhagwan in them. So maybe they are not realized, that's a different thing. But I should tune my attitude towards the other. That they are also Brahman, right? They are also Bhagwan Swarupa. In such a case, what happens? Whatever action I do, I'm not going to keep cribbing. Oh, should I do this for them? Or so in such a case, even the boss, boss in the office will become Bhagwan. So I will not keep uh, doing karma roga, whatever work I do. It will not become karma roga. It will become karma yoga. So Krishna advises Arjuna to be a karma yogi. Whatever action one does, the attitude should be changed. So if one becomes a karma yogi, then every action becomes a action of meditation. So if I'm happy about a thing that I'm doing, it becomes meditation for a person, right? So, so sannyasi, what a sannyasi does, what a sannyasi does is he thinks about Bhagwan all the time. He talks about, he meditates, he does dhyana, he keeps talking about Nana and all this. So, as a householder, as a person in the society who is actively participating in the society, I should also think about Bhagwan, speak about Bhagwan. How do I do? Whomever I interact with, they are all the forms of Bhagwan in different names and forms. So, if I work in this attitude, then that becomes whatever the same work that I am doing becomes Karma Yoga. Uh, so, ultimately, this will become meditation. So, what Krishna is advising here is, when he says sannyasa, drop this, drop this, drop this, over the time, more and more I practice karma yoga in my everyday day-to-day life. What happens by do okay? What happens if I do karma yoga? What will happen? The more and more I do karma yoga, the more and more my mind will get tuned to the meditative state. There's something called I'm not liking this, I'm okay with this. Okay, acceptance and not acceptance. When I don't like something, I'm not accepting it, I'm going away from it. When I'm trying to hate it, I'm trying to go away from a certain thing, certain work, I'm not liking. Say, my desk is very shabby, it's dirty, and it's all messy. I want to clean, I'm not liking to clean my desk. Okay, the not likingness itself becomes karma yoga. Okay, I'm having to do it. I have no option. I'm having to clean it up, but I'm not liking to do it. So by doing that, I'm going away from the meditative action. The mind is not involved in this action. When it is not involved, it's not calm. Because it is not calm, it keeps complaining that, oh, I should clean this, I should remove this. There is a hindrance for it to become one with the work that I'm doing. Instead, if I'm okay about whatever work I'm doing to clean up the messy desk, I have accepted the situation just as it is. Because I've accepted the situation just as it is, the mind, when I say I'm talking about the mind here, it becomes one in the situation, in that present situation, it becomes one. With that one mind, there's no disturbance. There is no, should I do this or should I not do this? I don't like this. That kind of thoughts doesn't come. Because there are no other thoughts, it's just one with that particular task, say cleaning of the desk. There's only one focused thought, one point focused thought. because there is only one pointed focused thought, that itself becomes a meditation. There's only one thought. I'm cleaning it. And I'm okay with it. I'm not happy, sad, nothing. You don't even have to be happy with the situation. You're just okay with it. You're just going on doing it. By doing that, initially, of course, there will be, I am doing it kind of feeling will be there. But over the time, the more and more I do Karma Yoga, I keep accepting the situations just as it is. That I am doing will shrink. It will start disappearing. The more and the Karma Yogi, what happens? The more and more he becomes, keeps doing the Karma Yoga, he becomes purified. The ego will get purified. Even the vasanas will come down. Vasanas, when we say all the unwanted thoughts and unwanted impressions that can come up, everything will come down. I'm not liking this. I don't like this. I am like this. All those will come down. Because all those will come down, mind will start remaining in the calmer and calmer and calmer state. More and more it is calm. It is more and more one pointed, focused. Okay. So, and focused, whenever a person is focused, the person is able to give work with full efficiency. Okay. It's the energy is not leaked into so many other thoughts. Oh, start thinking about Bangalore, or starting about India, or that will not happen. Uh, with one pointed focus, full efficiency will be present. And I lose the sense of I am body slowly. That becomes weaker. And okay, Krishna, there's one more thing. What Krishna says is, um, in the end, ultimately, what the point is, just because I am doing meditation, I should not get addicted to meditation now. You should not be like, oh, I should do meditation, only then mukti will happen, or I'll become a Jivan Mukta. No, no, no. You should drop the idea of meditation also. I should go and sit in a place, close my eyes, then I will do meditation like this. No, even that should be dropped in the end. Even that kind of thought should be dropped. Even that will become a hindrance to mukti. Mukti means drop everything basically. There's nothing you are doing. Everything should be dropped. How will I drop meditation? How will I drop dhyana? See, how can one drop meditation? How is it possible? So what is meant by meditation? Okay. Can anyone answer? Bhuwana ji, Radha ji, Neeta ji, Ravi ji, Varuni ji. What is meditation? Anybody?
We
Varuni ji?
are union with God. We are connection.
Okay. What is meditation?
Is concentrating our mind. Concentrating our mind.
Concentration of your mind. And then anyone else? Any other definition? Ravi ji?
Observing our thoughts.
You observing your thoughts. Varuni ji? Bhuwana ji? You all can come up on your videos. Okay. So generally meditation, what people think, I'll go and sit in a calm place. Nobody should be disturbing me. Okay. Nobody should disturb me. I will select a calm time. I will select a calm place so that nobody will be disturbing me. And then I will sit here, close my eyes, hold my hand like this. And then when I close my eyes, that is when the whole thoughts will pour in. All the thoughts in the world will come. That's when, for 10 minutes, what did I do? I started thinking about everything in the world. Everything. It could be election. It could be some person murdered some, some celebrity murdered someone. All the thoughts will come. That's when mother-in-law will come, daughter-in-law will come, parents, children, fights, all kinds of things. Okay. When I close my eyes, all the thoughts will pour in. And then I did a meditation for 1 hour. And I do it for 20 years. For 20 years, there's a serious incident that happened. A person, he was some 40 plus, middle aged. He was thinking, he was so proud, and he was telling that Since I was in my 20 years of old, I have been doing meditation every day without fail. I have been so sincere in doing meditation for 20 years. What did you even do? For 20 years, you go in the morning, you sit for 1 hour, close your eyes and think about the world. That is meditation. And after 1 hour, for 23 hours, he'll be shouting, screaming, disturbed, agitated, just go about in the world disturbed. So that is not meditation. Meditation means while I am talking now with you, I'm calm. While I am in the midst of the battlefield, I remain calm. While there is a very big disappointment happened just in front of me, I still remain calm. That is meditation. It's not, yes. How do I start? Yes, to start with, we sit in a place because, see, the body, mind, intellect is used to so many corrupt things in the world that the natural form of meditation is forgotten. Because it is forgotten, we enforce it in the beginning. So we see in the public, people, if we just go and tell people to drive carefully, they will not drive carefully. There'll be accidents, right? So there is a law and there is an enforcement where there are rules. Okay, you follow the rules so that there are no accidents, there are no this thing. So, in the same way, we need to enforce ourselves. I sit in a place, I close my eyes, so that I don't get distracted with the things, external things. Instead, at least this is one way where I can close my eyes. I can sit in a calm place so that I don't get distracted with the unwanted noise and kind of things. And I try to keep as much as external distractions lesser, so that I attune myself, the mind, to remain calm. So over the time, what happens? The calmness slowly increases. What Krishna is telling, is this the meditation? No. How? What Krishna is telling is, while you are walking, you should be able to meditate. While you are talking, you should be able to meditate. While you are eating, you should be able to meditate. Okay. In Japanese tradition, even making a tea is considered as meditation. That's a very long process involved in making a tea. It's a meditation for them, just adding the tea leaves and little things. It's done as a very careful and crucial steps. Okay. So everything is considered as meditation. So what Krishna is telling, in the end, to attain mukti, even the meditation, idea of meditation should be dropped. It should be like, I am meditating. I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm meditating. The, uh, at the back of my mind, the thought remaining is, I am Brahman. Nothing is disturbing me. I am supposed to sit here and talk, and I'm talking. Suddenly something happens, I go and do that. Something else comes, some phone rings, I cancel that. Or if that is an urgent call, I receive it. I should not get disturbed. I should not get distracted. I should not get carried away with many things and start saying it is affecting me. It is affecting me itself is the problem here. The moment the person realizes none of the external factors are not affecting me, that is what is meditation. So, and that will be the state when even the meditation has been dropped. Why the meditation has been dropped? That means there is no doership involved. There is no person who is thinking that I am meditating is also gone. It's automatically happening. Everything is working by itself. So, I'll share this with you again. So next, how do I close this? This keeps. Okay, sannyasa means to realize I am a sannyasi. Okay, so Atma is asang. It says no in Brahma Gnanavali Mala, which Adi Shankaracharya had written. It says asangoham puna sachidananda rupoham ahamevaham avyaya. So I am asanga. Atma is asanga. So, Atma cannot be attached. There cannot be a time when Atma is attached. We should not be like, see, people go to Bhagwan to praise. Many people go to Bhagwan to pray for many materialistic things. Many people, someone who is, inclined, spiritually inclined, or, someone who is higher in the evolutionary, this thing. So they keep asking for, okay, Bhagwan, please give me gnana, bhakti, vairagya, give me gnana, give me bhakti, give me vairagya. Not getting vairagya, you are already vairagi. You are not attached to anything. You don't have to ask for vairagya. You are already detached, Krishna says. So then who is a sannyasi? Okay, there is a sannyasi which keeps telling me that there is a monk who has dropped the mamkara, and who has taken sannyasa route. And there is another person who is a samsari, who is in the society, who is acting in the society, who are going to work, maybe having a family, parents, maybe spouse or children, you know. Okay, sannyasi is someone who is trying to become free. Okay, some people take monkhood, maybe out of maturity, they have realized that the materialistic things are futile. They are not going to be of much value in a longer run. They are only temporary, they give only temporary happiness. They have realized that. So they have taken the sannyasa, the monkhood, but it's very important to drop the I. So they are trying to become free. They are not a free individuals. They are not liberated individuals. Krishna says, householder can be a sannyasi. As a householder, as a person who is in the society, as a person who is with the family, in the family, will be able to take sannyasa. In the sense, can be acting like a sannyasi. Acting in the sense, not acting. It's like action. Okay. Will be able to act in the world like a sannyasi. Like with gnana, he or she is sure that I am detached. Okay. I'm not attached at all. And he or she can act in the world perfectly. But it's not other way around. Sannyasi, the person who has taken the monkhood, cannot become a householder. That's not possible. Okay. The moment he, according to him, what is the thing? I have dropped the material desire, I have dropped the worldly desires. So it's not other way around. It's not possible, right? So once what happens, just a little story to go along with this thing. There was a Himalayan yogi. Okay, he was in somewhere in Himalayas. So he wanted to get mukti and all that, do tapasya in the Himalayas and all that. He went and took monkhood, and now he's a monk. He cannot have any possessions, no possessions, zero. Okay, all that he has is two loincloths. Okay, that is all he has. All that, just two loincloths. That is all he has. Okay, and now what? He's possessed to those two loincloths only. Okay, just two loincloths, and he's possessed with that. This is mine. These two loincloths are mine. Okay, so what happens? Um, Obviously, he uses them alternately, and he has put one of them to dry, and he went off to sleep overnight. There are these big rats in the cave where he lives or whatever, and this big rat comes and chews away one loincloth. Now what? He doesn't have one more. So he was attached to those little two loincloths, and one is gone. Now he wants to solve this problem because that is what his possession is. So he wants to solve this problem. So what he does? Okay, he brings in a cat. Uh, if there comes a rat, then it will not come because cat is present now. Cat will shoo it away or do whatever. So because he brings in a cat, now he should feed the cat. To feed the cat, he should get milk. So he can't go somewhere, and he doesn't have any job for himself. For himself, he is going on begging for food. So that's what a monk does. They are supposed to their way of life is supposed to be that they have to beg for food. That is how it is. Okay. And they have rules as well in the monkhood. Like they should only beg in first 5 houses. What they see, some rules are, very strict rules are there. Okay, in certain area or something like that. It's very strict. It's not just you keep on begging and take money from every people. Nothing like that. It's only first 5 houses. Some very strict rules are there. So now for himself, he is begging everywhere, and somewhere in Himalayas, he don't really find that many houses to beg also. He's struggling for himself. Now he needs to feed the cat as well. So he brings in so he can't go on asking for milk every day. So he goes and brings someone, gives him a cow. Okay, now there comes a cow. So cat is happily fed. So rat problem is also sorted out. But there is a cow problem. Somebody should take care of the cow. So a lady keeps coming and takes care of the cow. She says, I can't come anymore. And then now he has to get married so that somebody stays in home all the time to take care of the cow. Now he got married. Now again children. So the overall moral of the story is, even if you are attached to one loin cloth, it is a trouble. Okay. Mukti is not possible. So it's not only material possessions. Even one little thing you are attached to, then it's not possible. It becomes difficult. You get into the world, more and more karma and more and more. So how do I drop it? People ask, how do I give me vairagya? How do I get me detachment? So Krishna says, with Gnana, you need to understand, Arjuna, that you are detached. If I am attached, see, if I am attached to this phone, then I need detachment, something called detachment, which will come and pull my hand from the phone and make it detached from my hand, free it from the phone. But if with Gnana, I come to a conclusion, I understand, I know that I am never attached to this phone. The phone is with me, phone is given to me, is mine, it's given to me for use, but that is not me. If with Gnana, I know that I am detached, asangoham, punapuna. So, if I come to conclusion, if I know that with Gnana, then Arjuna, know that with Gnana that you are not attached to anything in the world. Then what is there to drop? I'm already detached. What do I drop? What do I have to drop? Whether I have a palace, do I have to drop the palace? No, I'm happy in the palace. If I am in the hut, I'm happy in the hut. I'm neither detached to hut, I'm now not attached to, sorry, I'm neither attached to hut nor attached to palace. If I have jewels, I have jewels. So what? If I don't have jewels, I'm okay with that also. So I'm okay. I'm yoga ratova, bhoga ratova, sangha ratova. If I'm a yogi, I remain as a yogi. I'm okay with it. If I'm given bhogi, if I'm given more and more food, more and more material, I'm okay with that. I'm okay in parties as well. Sangaratova, I'm okay with the people, so hundreds of people are along with me. I'm okay with that. Anybody says, I'm okay with it. That's not going to affect me. I'm okay staying alone. Yes, I'm yoga ratava. Yeah, even staying alone is, I'm okay with it. So Krishna says that Arjuna, know that you are of the form detached. You don't have to drop attachment. Know by knowledge that you are detached. So next. So I will just read this out. So the chapter begins with Arjuna's doubt as to how a person can remain in duty and be free from actions at the same time. Krishna introduces the two lifestyles once again. It was discussed in earlier chapter, if we remember, and says that either of the lifestyles can help a person getting moksha, both sannyasa and this thing, samsari. How? What is necessary in both lifestyle is a relative freedom from raga and dvesha. Raga means something that I like. Dvesha means something that I don't like. We should be free from both. I like something, I don't like something. I should be free from both. I should go beyond, okay? Which is an important condition for self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is Atma Gnana. Of these two, Krishna recommends active life as ideal for a common man. As the God himself puts out, a secluded life is difficult to pursue without maturity. So, many people, they take sannyasa. This is what we told earlier. Many people, they take sannyasa due to some society pressure. They're not able to take exams. They're not able, some people we see, no, they take monkhood in very young age because they're not able to take the little pressure. Face it, it's okay. Maybe at that time it could be a bit difficult. Afterwards, it might be normal, okay? Due to some society pressure or some this thing, people run away from the society. So don't do that. It can only be pursued by people who are very matured. Only matured souls will be able to do that. Yogi can, should I enjoy blissful meditation or do work? So while doing work, Krishna suggests while doing work, shift your attitude that you are not doing it. Again, don't tell you are not doing that. Itself is again a mantra. No, not like that. Everything is happening through you. God is operating through you. Okay. In fact, secluded life and active life are only two lifestyles. When they say secluded and active, it is the karma yogi, which is the people who are in the society, sannyasi who are away from the society but thinking only about gnana. The first is called ashrama sannyasa, okay, which is the sannyasi, monkhood basically. The latter is called karma yogi, who stays in the society. In both the lifestyles, one is identified with the equipments, okay? He is karta. Just because somebody is in ashrama who has taken monkhood doesn't mean that he has dropped the I. Okay, even he is thinking, I am a sannyasi. These people are in the society, they are so lowly, they are materialistic, they are possessed with materials. I am not possessed with that. Even over there, I am doership is present. Okay, he is karta and hence a samsari. He's still a samsari. In external appearances is monk, but inside his mind, he's still a samsari. He's still in the society because he thinks that I have dropped the society. This shows that lifestyle itself cannot give liberation. When Atmagnana is gained, one discovers that he is akarta. I am not doing anything in spite of doing all the work. Abhokta, in spite of enjoying all the pleasures, he is very sure that this is not happening for me. He doesn't get carried away with the pleasures in the world. And hence, asamsari. Thus, the renunciation of body identification is true sannyasa, which is called Gnana Karma Sannyasa. Why Gnana Karma Sannyasa? With the help of knowledge, a person remains a Karma Yogi, a person remains a sannyasi. This sannyasa can coexist with active life because it is mental renunciation. It is not physical. Physically, I drop the family and go. Not like that. It is mentally one should have dropped. For mental renunciation, a person can still stay in the society and act fully in the society. This is what Krishna did himself. He was in the society, he got married many times, he had children, he was a king, he was a cowherd, he was everything. He was a teacher, he was a charioteer, he was a friend, he was everything. Okay, he was fully active in the society, but still untouched. And the same thing he is telling Arjuna as well. He is not telling Arjuna to run away from the war. Arjuna wants to run away from the war. Arjuna wants to go and meditate in the forest. Krishna says, don't do that. But ashrama sannyasa cannot coexist with active life because it is physical renunciation. Krishna is advising Arjuna to remain in the society and attain the goal of Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, Sannyasa. But Arjuna mistakes the sannyasa as ashrama sannyasa and sees contradiction in Krishna's teaching. So in fourth chapter, what happens with Arjuna? Krishna says sannyasa. Immediately Arjuna thinks that, oh, I should run away and meditate in the forest. So that's why Krishna takes up this, he extends the sannyasa topic. So the chapter begins with Arjuna's doubt. So we discussed all these doubts, and we actually went forward. I should have read all this earlier itself. So I think we discussed this as well. Can a householder with active lifestyle be sannyasi? Yes, we discussed it already. So now we are moving on to the next phase of it, which is progress in karma yoga. How do we do that? I better read this first. So in the next 6 verses, Bhagwan talks about karma yoga and the stages of progress. A karma yogi dedicates all his physical and mental actions to Bhagwan, without concern for the result. He is not worried about he or she is not worried about the result. Because of this attitude, results do not cause any reactions within the person. I'm just okay with any kind of situation that is put in front of me. Gradually, he develops self-control and ultimately discovers his true nature, which is the same in all beings. So once what happened, this is just my personal experience. Uh, this happened just a couple of weeks ago. One of my friend, who is also learning along with me, all these Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta, and all that. So um, she had invited her friend to her place, and her friend, they had a very big discussion. In the such a long discussion, they were discussing on which date the friend is supposed to, come to the place, because the friend is coming from some other country to UK. Because it was a long planning, even the friend, he had many other plans and all that. It was they both had this chat on when to come, this Saturday, next Saturday, and all that. It was back and forth, back and forth. Back. Finally, they decided on one Saturday. And she decided, okay, this Saturday we'll do. The date, basically, they decided. And they knew that it's going to be a Saturday. And it was in a couple of weeks' time. So as and when the time neared, so she was like very excited. Okay, my friend is going to come tomorrow, all that, in 2 days. After that, there was no chat. There was no between them. There was nothing happened. And then the Saturday came. The morning, she texted, okay, what time would be your train? Um, so friend also texted back, okay, my train is going to be on at this time. What time will you come? I can collect you. Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, I'll tell you let me have a look at it. The person sends the screenshot of the train timings, uh, departure, and all that, arrival and all that, everything. And she is, cooking, preparing, because my friend is coming, so excited, told her family, so excited that I'm going to meet my friend after so many years, is coming from some other country to meet me and all that. She prepared the food, and now she went to the train station to collect. And in front of the train station, she is waiting. The train has come a couple of minutes ago. Now she calls the friend. And the friend says, I'm in some other country. Okay. She's like shocked. What's this? Now, because the date that they discussed was next Saturday, not this Saturday. Now she is so prepared and everything. She cooked, and she was so mentally happy, excited, and all that. Nothing happened. So it was a bit of disappointment for her, but she didn't take it. It didn't touch her. It didn't let her down, because she's learning Bhagavad Gita, learning Vedanta. She knows that external things are going to disappoint us. Okay. It's going to change. It is going to disappoint. It's going to let you down. But I should not be let down. That is not going to affect me in any way. That is so strong. That has become so strong in her that it didn't let her down. So she could carry on with the day. So this is just one example that happened just in front of me. So I knew this. That's why I wanted to say this to you all. Huh. So because of this, because they spoke about the results here, because of this attitude, the results do not cause any reactions in the person's mind. Okay, it doesn't throw them away. It doesn't let them down. It doesn't make them feel low or anything like that. So this happens over the time. We are learning. We are still in the 5th chapter, right? Over the time, we will learn. It will settle down. It will take a strong hold that I am Brahman. The world is going to change. Everything, you name it, everything in the world is temporary. Even all kinds of relationships, any kind of relationship, everything is temporary. Nothing is going to be permanent. So we should not get, uh, uh, there will be disturbances. It's not affecting me. Why it is not affecting me? Because I myself, I am detached. Gradually, when you say he or she develops the self-control and ultimately discovers his or her true nature, which is the same in all beings. Sarvam khaluvidam Brahma. Of course, this is accomplished through the teaching of a guru alone. Huh? So what Krishna tells here is, this is very important. So for a very long time, a person keeps doing karma yoga. Means the person's attitude towards any work is thoroughly focused on the work and is not worried about the results. And slowly, slowly, the doership is dropping. Okay. After doing karma yoga for a very long time, still the doership is present, but it's become weaker than it was earlier. Now, such a person will be given gnana by a guru. Okay. So, they say, no, Ishvaro Guru Atmeti. So, Bhagwan says, once there is a person there's a big flood that is predicted, everybody run away from the village. This person says, no, God will protect me. Okay. So he doesn't move from the place. No, don't worry, God will. Everybody is still come. So he's telling, I'm not going to go anywhere. God will protect me. He stays there, and water will come to a certain level. Person will come with an umbrella. Uh, he says, no, I don't want anything. God will protect me. He's very sure. His faith is so sure that yes, God is going to protect me. Okay, there's absolutely no doubt with him. So after some time, the water will come to the neck level. Then there will be a person who's driving a car. The person will say, come, get into the car quickly. You're going to be drowned. Then he says, no, don't worry. You go. God will protect me. He's so very sure that yes, God is going to protect me. He's so sure. No doubt, God is protecting him. God is, see, the person, problem with him is because of so much of programming, he thinks that God means some magical entity will come in front of him and lift him, airlift him or something, some magic, some miracle should happen. That is not how it is. God will come in different forms, different name and different form. Okay. God is trying to approach this person from different forms. So he should be able to see the Bhagwan in the other person and take the help and consider that help. Now a person came with umbrella, he ignored him. Now a person came in the car, he ignored him. So he says afterwards, the God was supposed to protect me. God did not protect me. God says, I came to you. I came to you in different forms. You did not accept me. I came to you with umbrella. You did not see me in him. I came in a car. You did not see me in him. So God comes in different forms. When God comes with gnana, now some miracle will happen. Some that Akashvani and that kind of thing and all will not happen. When God comes, God will come in form in another name and form in another person and will give gnana. So and such a person will be called as Guru. Okay. They say Ishvaro Guru Atmeti. So Guru himself is considered as Ishvara. Ishvara has come in the form of Guru to teach me Gnana. Okay. With the help of the Guru, I am receiving Gnana. So once what happened, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he was a very uh, great bhakta of Kali, Ma Kali. So he used to see visions of Kali all the time. Okay, he was very immersed in dhyana of Kali. because he was so immersed, he could only think about Kali, he could only see Kali. So what happened? Okay, Kali wanted to teach Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Gnana. She wanted to give him Gnana. What happened? Kali appeared in the form of a guru, like in the form of a person. Okay, so that person, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's guru's name is Totapuri. So Kali appeared in the form of Totapuri, and Totapuri gave Gnana to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So, so that is how it is. God appears in the form of a guru. So after this, Krishna says, so the progress is like this. How a karma yogi will progress? Initially, the person will be karmi, will be doing selfish action. No doubt. Everybody is like this. Okay? Everybody. From there on, it will not see, nobody will jump from karmi to gnani. That will not happen. Nobody can do that. A person should become a dharmi, will start giving donations and all that. And slowly, because of lots of this thing, attachment will slowly drop. In the sense, the realization will have slowly, it will happen. Okay. The person will move from kamya karma to nishkamya karma, which is selfish actions to selfless actions. And from there on, the person becomes karma yogi. From karma yogi, the person becomes gnani. How a person becomes gnani? The person will become gnani only when the person drops the doership that I am doing should have dropped. Even the fact that I am meditating should have been dropped. I am meditating should have dropped. Even, oh no, Pallavi, meditation is considered the highest. No, you should drop the fact that I am meditating also. Only then mukti will happen. Without that, mukti will not happen. So, so just to what Krishna is telling here is, okay, after that I'll take that. So, so what happens now? Krishna is discussing samsari, right? So, generally, when we say karmi, the person is, oh, I am suffering, everything is happening to me, everybody is troubling me, everybody's talking about me and all that. So, by doing more and more karma yoga, the person realizes, I am not the enjoyer. Naham bhokta first. Bhokta is the first. Dropping of Naham bhokta is the first thing that happens. I am not enjoying. God is making it happen through me. Then the more and more the person does karma yoga, the person moves to the step 2. It's called the I am not the doer, which is Naham karta. Naham karta, Naham bhokta, Naham nyata. So the first bhokta is removed. Then Naham karta, the doership is removed. Then what remains is the pure awareness. So once what happened, Buddha, when he was present, when he was in the world, acting in the world, he had 10,000 monks who was under him, under his umbrella, under his teaching, in his ashram. There were 10,000 monks, not just one or two. This is a very big number, right? 10,000. In those days, no media, nothing, okay? No advertisement, nothing. But he still had 10,000 monks. Okay, it was not easy. So now all these monks, they are so proud that I am a monk. I am learning under Buddha. I am, that I factor was too much. It was so strong that I am a monk. I have renunciated the world. I have removed all the materialistic positions. So Buddha wanted to teach them a lesson. So what he did, he told them that whenever they wanted to ask a question to Buddha, Buddha sent them to, Buddha told, there is a wise person in the village. He's a samsari. So go and ask him the answer. He knows the answer. So they used to be angry. I am asking you, I am a monk. And instead of you teaching me, you're telling me to go to a samsari to learn from him. He's after all a samsari. He's possessed with all materialistic desires. I am a monk. I have dropped everything. I will not go to him to learn. So Buddha was very sure, no, these people should definitely learn that I am a monk itself, considering that itself is wrong. So he insisted them, no, you need to definitely go. So not all 10,000 went, obviously. There were many people who thought they should not go, they are higher in status when compared to the people in the society. Only very few, selected few people went to the wise person. So this wise person in the village, what happened? He was sick. He was lying in the bed. He was very sick. And because he was sick, he could not, it was becoming very difficult for him to sit, stand, talk, and all that. So now these people went to him and asked, oh, you are so sick. Probably will not be able to answer to us and all that. Then he asked him, this wise person asked the monk in return a question. Who is sick? If it is the body, it's only the body that is sick. I am not sick. The sickness has not affected me. So I can answer your question. Tell me what the question is. Then these monks were like, oh wow, you being a householder, you have this much gnana that body is sick. You are not sick. How did you get all this knowledge from? So the inference is even Buddha was sure that these monks need gnana to be taught from a person who is very wise, who is a samsari. The inference is basically, even being in samsara, the person will be able to become a gnani. That is possible. So, moving on to the next section in our this. What is this? Okay. Next is the characteristics of the wise one. So, what is this wise one? Characteristics of a gnani. How will a gnani behave? How will a gnani remain? So, gnani. So now, as a people, we all have our own vasanas. So I want to say, say for example, say I want to drink something, tea or coffee or whatever. So whatever I do, I'm doing it because I like it. I will have this selfish vasana within me that I want to do this. Say if I want to go to some place, say Bangalore, for example, I want to go to Bangalore. Okay. Why will I go to Bangalore? Because I want to go to Bangalore. I have this vasana that I should meet my parents, I should meet my in-laws, I should meet my relatives, people, whoever. And that is why I am going to Bangalore. I have this selfish motive within me to go to a place. Whereas Gnani, what does he do? He or she, Gnani will also work in the society. But why Gnani works in the society is for the society. The vasana that I had was for myself, my own vasanas, selfish. Okay. Whereas the Gnani also has vasanas. What kind of vasanas? Gnani will have the vasana for Loka vasana. Gnani will go to Gnani, if a Gnani is here, Gnani will also go to Bangalore. But for going to Bangalore, Gnani will pull in hundreds of tasks. Okay, I should do these things in Bangalore for the people in the society over there. I should spread the knowledge. I should do something else. I should do the charity. I should do so many things. So Gnani will work for the Jagat Hitayacha. Krishna, so what Krishna does is, Krishna also does certain things which Arjuna will be doing. But whatever Krishna does, there is a difference. Why Krishna does? It is for Loka Hitaya cha, Jagat Hitaya. Okay? He doesn't do it for any of his selfish reasons. So this is how a Gnani will be. So it's told that Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini. So how Gnani sees a society is, if a cow comes in front of a Gnani, he says, Mate, God. Okay. If a person comes, a beggar comes in front of him, he says, God. If a dog eater comes, then also he bows down. Oh, there is a dog eater. Okay. There is God in him as well. Okay. So, Gnani bows down in the same way how he bows down in front of Bhagwan, in front of all other beings as well. But very importantly, Gnani knows the difference, what the difference of action that he should take to different people. Now, he will not, whatever action he's going to do with cow, he's not going to get confused it with some other person. Whatever action the nani does with the other person, he will not get confused and do it with the dog eater. He will not get confused with his actions, but he will bow down to all of them equally as if there is Bhagwan in them. One second. We'll just okay. Yeah. Sorry. So I will just read this again. In the following verses, Krishna discussed the characteristics of a wise man. Wise man means Gnani. And his wisdom. Since he has discovered his identity with the pure self, now the Gnani is not identified with his body, mind, or intellect. If a person is identified only with this body, mind, and intellect, the person's boundaries become very less. I have only this much space that I can reach. Whereas if the person drops the identity of body, mind, and intellect, now the space available is infinity. If my identity is only this much, it's only within this chair, right? If I drop this identity, what is my identity? Entire universe is mine, right? If entire universe is mine, I can do whatever I want in the universe. Because entire universe is mine, I'm not going to hurt anyone in the universe. Because I'm not going to hurt anyone in the universe, and I can do anything in the universe, I have the freedom to do anything in the universe. Now I will do only good in the universe. I will thoroughly act in the universe because there is no limitation for myself. I can just go out and give myself fully. In his present, all the organs function. Neither does he act nor does he instigate anyone. According to their nature, the organs act and reap results. He is beyond good and evil results. Still, because of ignorance, one is deluded. Well, self-ignorance is destroyed by Atmagnana. Brahman, which is the true nature, becomes evident. Being spontaneously established in Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Savikalpa Samadhi, no memory of external world, half awake state, Jagrata Sushupti. Okay, so what happens here is, we were talking about the meditation earlier, right? So there is something called as Samadhi. I think you all might have heard this word called Samadhi, right? Say somebody says, oh, I like meditation. I want to stay in meditative state, which is very good, which gives me calm mind. How long will you be able to stay in meditative state? A person says, I can go into samadhi, so I will stay in medit. How long? 24 hours. Will you be able to do it for 24 hours? No, it is not possible. So what is the possible solution? Start meditating when you are awake. Start meditating when you're talking, when you're walking, when you're doing things, when you're doing your work. How is it possible? First thing we learned how it is karma yoga. Change the attitude, accept that everything just as it is. See Bhagwan in everything. The shift in attitude itself will become a meditative action, and slowly the mind will become calm, and the focus will improve, the efficiency will improve, and everything will start getting better. That is one thing. Now, one person will not be able to do or go in samadhi 24 hours because one will have to live in the world. So how do we do? Savikalpa samadhi. So the whole world becomes Bhagwan. Okay. Nirvikalpa samadhi. Jagrata, that's called Jagrata Sushupti. The person is able to, when the person is awake, the person is able to meditate. With the eyes open, the person is able to meditate. Oh. Hmm. Okay, Pallavi, you all tell that, you keep telling that I'm not the doer, I'm not the doer. How do I realize that I am not the doer? It is with verbally, I'm able to, the mentally, I'm able to understand the fact that I'm not the doer. It is not coming into practical application. Yes, it will happen over the time. It doesn't happen overnight. But how? We will try and understand it. Then see, for many things, there are many perspectives. Okay, the same word can be explained in different perspective. For me, say for example, one word could be understood in 10 perspectives, for example. For me, the first type of perspective I will be able to understand. For Bhuwanaji, the second type of explanation she'll be able to understand. Ravi ji will be able to understand the third type of explanation. Neeta ji will be able to understand fourth type. For someone else, all just one type will not be enough. Two or three different types should be explained so that it sits in their mind. Okay, so that is why we keep doing the Shravana. So all different perspectives we get, we try to understand the same Brahman, the same concept Brahman, Tattvamasi from all different perspectives. With that, I'll be able to understand it in a better way. Maybe my mind wants it in a different way. Okay, so this. Uh, Now what is happening here? Now there is a seed, a root comes up, and then a shoot comes up, right? The plant is growing. Does the plant come and tell that, oh, I am trying to grow? No, the plant is growing. That's it. There is no individual happening here, right? Sun is high. If there was no sun, will the plant be able to grow? This is so very 100% true, right? Even it is 100% true that without sun, even I cannot live long, right? In the same way, at least we have very basic, our primary school knowledge that without sun, the plant cannot grow. So plant cannot come and claim that I am growing because of myself. Is it possible? No, it is not possible at all. In the same way, plant is also a life form. Yes, it is a primitive life form, but I am an evolved life. Okay. Even me, the functioning of this body mind is not possible just by myself. Everything is happening on its own, and the entire totality is, entire universe is supporting me to even sit here. I cannot sit if it was not supported by the Akasha and the Bhumi. It was not possible, right? There is some force that is making me sit here. So I am not doing anything. I sat, I stood, I walked, I talked. No, I am not doing anything. If Bhagwan is operating through this body, mind, and intellect and making it happen. So, what is the free will that I have? At this moment, I can decide what I can think. At this moment, at this present moment, I can decide what I can do. That much I have. I can decide. So, I will go according to dharma. I will only work according to dharma. So, if I work according to dharma, then everything will go well. So Krishna also goes on to say, one second. Okay, I'll come to that. Okay, Krishna also goes on to say, now we saw, because this is karma sannyasa yoga, we are talking about the monkhood and the person who is in the society, samsari, right? So how is it better? We can take another other type of perception, how it is better to be a, Krishna supports being, acting in the world, okay, be doing action in the world. He's only telling Arjuna to drop the doership. He's telling Arjuna to act, but he is telling also, at the same time, he's telling Arjuna to drop the doership. Because when we drop the doership, we'll not be worried about the result. Because I did not do it, I'm not worried whether it's good or bad or whatever the result, I'm not worried about it. It will be taken care. Okay, so okay, what Krishna is telling is, if a person is a samsari, every day somebody or the other person will come and keep hurting me in one or the other way. So if I run away to the mountain and go away from the society, stay away from the society and take up monkhood, who is going to hurt me? There's nobody in the mountain. There's no person who can come and hurt me. I came out of the society so that nobody hurts me. In the first place, why I came out of the society? Because I could not take the pressures of the society, right? So, in the same way, what is happening to the people who is in the samsara? Somebody or the other will keep hurting. If nobody, boss will come and hurt. Nobody is hurting, boss will come and hurt finally. Okay. So what happens? Every day this ego is punctured. Every day the ego is punctured. Every day hurt is happening. So because the ego is punctured, what do? I go and think, why did it happen to me? Oh, I got hurt. Why did it happen to me? I keep thinking. I keep looking for answers. See, I should not keep cribbing that, oh, this is all my troubling me. I'm in trouble. I should not keep uh, you know, keep telling I am in a wrong place, I should not talk like that. Instead I should ask for answers. I should seek why this is happening. That kind of why am I present here? If that deep inner call is there, the answers will come. So with that answers, I will go and change my interaction with the society so I don't get the hurt back again, right? So what am I what am I doing every day? So because somebody hurt me, I came and sat with myself. I spoke to my own mind. I analyzed with my mind. I contemplated with my own self. I understood what the problem was, how the situation could have been better. So next day, when I see the person, say in a office, something happened with my manager. So he told something, I got hurt, and I come home and I analyze myself and decide, okay, see, tomorrow I will have to face the same manager. Manager is not going to change overnight, or I'm not going to leave this job and look for another job overnight. So tomorrow I will have to face the person. So now I'm prepared and again go tomorrow to resolve it, to make it better. May not talk to him or may not be extremely perfect solution, but definitely I am trying to repair myself, right? This puncturing and repairing is happening on everyday basis. So where is it happening on everyday basis? It's not happening in monkhood. Okay, this puncture repair thing, this cycle is happening in samsara. Because it is happening, this everyday repair is happening in samsara. So Krishna supports this life. Because it is happening every day, you are evolving every day. You are stepping up every day. Okay. So, but just because, just because somebody has hurt me or somebody has this thing, uh, if somebody doesn't repair or somebody does something, okay, this manager hurt me, let me go and punish him. Now that is wrong. Whatever the solution, the repair solution that I come up with, analyzing within myself, should be according to dharma only. It should not be against dharma. If it is against dharma, then there is no evolution. It should be in tune with dharma. It should be in tune with the creation. It should support the creative process of the universe. It should not go and uh, kill someone or hurt someone or uh, just because some tit for tat I shouldn't do. It shouldn't be that way. Even if it is a tit, I mean, it should basically in tune with dharma. Then the um, upliftment will happen. Okay. So we'll quickly finish this. Basically, when they say there is there is inaction in a person's life, a person cannot be inactive. Okay, the person's brain will have to be functioning. I will have to take prana and for the function of the body. Without prana, without the consciousness, there is no function. The body is like a dead body only. Okay, there is nothing like I am doing it. So consciousness, which is Bhagwan, which is Paramatma, which is the supreme consciousness, because of that, I am able to function in the society. Huh. So Atma is 100% sure that Atma is Akarta and that is you. You are not a little individual, only this much trying to do something. If you limit your mind that I am only the, see, if I limit my mind only this much, I am only this much, okay? This, like this much. I cannot do many things. I cannot go out in the world. I cannot go out in the world and teach. I'll not be able to do that. Okay, I'm only this much. Let me be within my confined boundaries. Okay, that will be my mindset. My mind will also shrink. It will not expand. Okay, it will not include people in me. So, whereas I drop this identity of I'm only this much, then I become big. When I dropped only this much, Pallavi, then I become entire, the whole universe becomes me. When the whole universe becomes me, everything is mine. I can do anything. I will not even think of hurting my own other hand, right? So I will not even think of disturbing anything in the universe. So how does it work for a gnani and how does it work for agnani? For a gnani, head, heart and hand, everything will be in sync. Whatever the mind is thinking, the heart will also be in sync. And the gnani will work only for the Jagathitayacha. Whereas for the person will be uh, wanting to do something, mind will be somewhere else, and the hands will be doing something else. Hasn't it happened to all of us? This has happened, right? I'll be doing some work, but my mind will be somewhere else in some other world, some other city or state or wherever. But my heart will be wanting to be somewhere else. So all three are mismatched. And so what happens? This is how Agnani will function. So whatever unconscious feelings that will come out, unconscious reactions will come out. Whereas for a gnani, head, heart, and hands, all three are in sync. So this will make the gnani fully efficient and function in the world only for Jagat Hitaya. So, this. Okay, so this is, I think most of you, I think all of you are from Karnataka, right? So, we all know this, Yakshagana, right? So what happens over here is, if you might know already, if you don't know, then let me tell. So what happens, how these Yakshaganas are performed is, it happens overnight, okay? Whole night this play keeps happening. It comes and goes and comes and goes, and this keeps happening whole night, okay? So imagine the actors, all these people, they are men only. This person is dressed in the form of a Devi, Durga. And this person is some demon, okay? They both are men only. Wearing different this thing. So this happens whole night. So because it's happening all through the night, they are so very involved in the character. Okay, they are so very involved in the character that they forget themselves. Okay, this person, whoever is inside this mask, forget himself. Okay, and thinks he is him. In the same way, this person who is Devi, he thinks he has become Devi. Okay, because he is wearing that and he's been performing it, practicing it on all that. And on that day, there's so much attention from the public, and he will have to give his complete throughput into the character, right? The person mind will convert into Devi only. Because the person's mind converts, acquires that character, he gets so much power that as much as as much as an elephant, there'll be so much power within this person. That's why in this act, in the end, what happens? God will kill the demon. That is how the act is supposed to be, right? So in the end, Devi will kill the demon. So this person forgets himself and he will kind of become real to kill this person. Actually, okay, that's how they forget their identities. So what happens? They keep a pumpkin. That's the reason they keep pumpkin. Oh, the person will be so much of avesha. The devi will be so much of avesha that the person will want to kill the demon, thinking that that is a demon. Okay, I need to kill that demon. But actually, it's not a demon. He's only acting. Okay, so the person inside will be killed. No, so they don't want that to happen. So that's why this devi will be given a pumpkin to show her avesha into. So the person who is wearing the Devi this thing will do the will cut the pumpkin, will chop the pumpkin so much so that to get all the anger onto the pumpkin and not onto the real person. So what is the indication over here is we are all in the same way. We are all actors sent for acting in the world. I have come here to, uh, you know, uh, perform the role of a mother, perform the role of Pallavi, perform the role of a daughter, wife, daughter-in-law, or an employee, or a teacher, or whatever. Okay. So that is my role. But what do we do? I get involved in the role so much so that I forget my reality, my real entity, my real existence is I am Brahman. Because I have taken the role, because I've taken the identity, I get confused with the identity and I get confused that I am the body, mind, and intellect. When I say I am the body, mind, and intellect, I get confused with the identities that I'm taking. I get confused with the role of the mother. So when my son or my daughter or anyone does something, I get hurt. Uh, and I think that my son is doing that. My daughter is doing that. My children are doing that to me. Or if my husband doesn't, oh, my husband is doing that to me. Because I get confused with the identities. I get so very involved with the identities that I'm not able to give the actual action. Instead, I react. Instead of acting, I react. I start reacting. So that's what the person did here. Instead of acting, the person was supposed to just act. Okay, and act as if the person is killing the demon. But the person got so very involved in the subject that the person himself became this particular subject, this particular character here, and started really killing the other person. That will happen. That's why they keep the pumpkin. So what we all do, we all get confused with the identities that we carry. It could be the employee, it could be the mother, it could be a wife, it could be something else. Okay, so because or in the case of men, husband or father, or like the daughter, son, or like that. So I get confused with the identities that have been given in the world to perform any action. Instead of performing an action, I start reacting to stuff. Because I react, because I get confused with the identity. If something happens to this identity, I cry. I get upset. Oh, something happened to me. No, nothing happened to me. Something disturbing was posed onto this identity. Nothing has happened to me. If nothing has happened to me, something disturbing was posed only onto the identity that I am carrying. What do I do now? I go and work so that the identity will not be disturbed anymore. I will not take it personally. Now the identity will not be disturbed so that I work that way. Now I know what to do. If there is a problem. Okay, there is some argument going on between three people. Let's take this example. There are three people who are arguing. Because they are arguing and they are in the situation, they are not able to think anything out of the box. Okay, they are not able to think anything from external perspective. Now there is a fourth person who is watching all these three people arguing so much so that they are almost about to do a fight and all that. Now this fourth person, he is able to see each side of the argument from an external perspective. He is not part of the problem now. He is able to solve the problem. When you become identified with the identities that you carry, you become part of the problem. Because you become part of the problem, you are not able to find solution for that problem. You are not able to find solution for that identity is getting hurt or lost or anything that can happen with the identity. Instead, if you stay away from the identity and not get confused with the identity, you don't become a part of the problem. You are staying away from the problem, still facing the problem. I'm not denying that you're not facing the problem. You're still facing the problem, but now you're not part of the problem. So now, because of this distance, you are able to come up with better solutions to solve the problem that this identity is going through. Okay, because you're not getting carried away. Okay, so that is one thing that we learn from this Yakshagana. Basically, we should not get carried away with the identities. Detachment. So what is the detachment? So in the next two, I'll just read it out. I think we already discussed because all my notes are over. It will be just here and there. In the next two verses, the qualification of Vairagyam is stressed. Unless a seeker gets detached from sensual pleasures, he cannot attain infinite ananda. A discriminative seeker who knows the impermanence of these contact-born pleasures will not indulge in them. And one who can restrain the impulse of kama and krodha alone is a man of self-control. Okay, self-control fit to enjoy life. So, okay. So, what is this detachment? How do I get detached? So first thing with Gnana, I know that I am not attached, I am detached. Okay, asangoham. Now to come out of it, so now the identity, how we spoke. If a person is not identified with the identity that he or she is carrying, so getting the karma and krodha out of the person doesn't become easy, doesn't become difficult. Okay, all these things will come in the self control. The self control will start happening. Okay, will start. You will start doing self control upon your own self. With that, you'll be able to come out of the all the attachments. So once Kunti, so she asked Krishna, just a quick one. So she asked Krishna, Krishna, if I happen to have another life after this, then please give me more and more trouble. Then Krishna is surprised. What is this, Kunti? You have already faced so much in your life. Since the time of your birth, you have had problem. You gave birth to a child before getting married. After getting married, you did not have children. You and your husband were sent to forest, sent out of the palace. And again in the forest, all your children were born. After that, your husband died. And you brought up your children with so much difficulty. All your children were troubled so much. You all were sent to 13 years of Vanvasa. And then so many things happened in your life. All your grandchildren were killed. And still you are asking for troubles. Why, Kunti? Then Kunti says, the more and more trouble I get, I'm only able to come out of it, reduce my vasana and come out of it. So what we want to say here is, world is like a gym. Okay, it's a gym to work out. The more and more weights I take, more and more tougher I become. More and more tougher I become, I am able to handle better many things. I am becoming better. I am able to lift more and more weights. I become tough. So I accept whatever comes through me. I accept them just as it is. I don't get carried away with the identities that I'm taking to act in the world. If I don't get carried away with the identity, I don't react. I act. And the liberation after death. So everybody say liberation after that. When is the liberation? Liberation is when you are alive, when a person is alive. How do you know after death you'll be liberated or not? Nobody will know whether the person will be liberated after the death. Nobody can prove that. Nobody can know that. Okay. It can only, if the liberation has to happen, it should happen while you are alive. What Krishna wants to say here is, he's talking about the Jivan Muktas, the person who are already liberated while they are alive. Okay. So now Bhagwan talks about Videha Mukti. What he is talking about is, he's talking about Jivan Mukta, who revel in themselves, who are pure minded. So who is Jivan Mukta? Who also is acting in the world. Gnani is like Bhagwan himself. Okay. Bhagwan has taken the form of a Gnani. Okay, in the name and form of a Gnani. And these Gnanis are pure minded. They are all purified ego. People with purified, very pure. Okay. Who love all beings, who show lots and lots of compassion towards every other being. And such a person, like we spoke earlier already, will be able to see a cow, a beggar, a dog eater, and a normal person. Everybody, he will be able to see Bhagwan in all these four, all these people. Okay. Who love all the beings and show compassion, who have doubtless knowledge of Atma, attain oneness with Brahman at the fall of the body. So such a person, whether the body is there or not there, whether the body dies, the person is sure that I am Brahman. There is no doubt in such a person. Generally, all Gnanis are rishis. So generally, when we say rishi, we think about some picture like this. We think about someone like this, who will be having a jata, who will have a very long beard, who will be wearing all these, like that. No, need not be. All the Gnanis are rishis only. In today's 2024, he could be wearing a jeans pant, or she could be wearing some other modern outfit. Okay, so Gnani need not, because the time is changing. That is how it is. Okay, it need not be that the person should start looking like this. Okay, it need not be the case. Okay, so there are now three different types of rishis where Krishna is telling. One is Raja Rishi. Who is Raja Rishi? Somebody who is seeking Bhagwan, seeking knowledge, seeking to know Brahman. Such a person are very saintly beings who are the seekers, okay, who are mumukshus, we can call, who are seeking Bhagwan. Such a person are called Raja Rishis. They can be kings, they can be saints who are advancing towards liberation. And there is somebody called Devarishi. Who is Devarishi? We know one Devarishi, Narada, right? Narada is a Devarishi. Devarishi is a liberated person, liberated soul, okay? Liberated Atma, Jivatma. Because Devarishi know that I am Brahman, 100%. Okay, is a proper Rishi. Who is Brahma Rishi? All the Gnanis are Brahma Rishis. They are the knower of the Bhagwan. They are Bhagwan Swarupa themselves. Bhagwan himself is in that Swarupa. Such a person is called Brahma Rishi. Okay, Jivan Mukta, liberated sage. So the last part is the meditation. So what over here they want to say is, like we discussed earlier, meditation is not something, of course, to start with, I sit in a place, I close my eyes and I meditate. I bring my mind calm, because now we learned that there are according to scientists, we know that there are 70,000 thoughts in a day for an average person. Whereas to bring that 70,000 thoughts, to reduce that number of thoughts, I need to enforce myself into a meditative mode. And over the time, it should be such that by more and more Shravana will happen, more and more Manana, contemplation will happen. And then the Nididhyasa, the meditation, more and more I do Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasa, my focus will so very improve that even while I'm working, even while I'm gardening, even while I'm talking, even while I'm doing something else, I am meditating. I know with Gnana that I am Brahman, and the world is that I realize the temporary nature of the world. because I realize the temporary nature of the world. Whatever the downfall could have happened, I know it is temporary. At some point again, it will flourish. If something goes wrong, if I know that is going to be temporary only, I know it is going to flourish one day as well. And I'm going to see that as well. Okay. I'm 100% sure about it. I know that the world is temporary. In the same way, if something good happens, something I get an award, I know that is also temporary. I should not get elated and feel that I'm on top of the world. Even that will be temporary. I'll be put down some other day as well. Okay. If I know the temporary nature of the world, I will not seek happiness in the materialistic things, which are the temporary things appearing in Brahman. This is all appearing. The world is an appearance. So because it is only appearing and disappearing, I will not be um, carried away by the sensual pleasures, by the temporary nature of the world. Instead, I will focus on a permanent happiness or permanent bliss. So where is this permanent bliss? That is by knowing Brahman. By knowing Brahman, that will give me permanent happiness, permanent joy. And how does it happen? I know that I am Brahman. With the knowledge that I knowing that I am Brahman, I know that I am Brahman, Purnoham, Muktoham. This thought has to be strengthened. How it will be strengthened? It will be only be possible by Gnana. And Gnana can be given only by Shravana and then Manana, contemplation within myself. I contemplate. See, when I contemplate within myself, if I ask question to myself, who will answer to myself? My own junk of knowledge, recycled knowledge will answer me. My own, if I want to ask a question. If I ask a question to myself, who will answer me? I will not open my mouth. I will ask a question to myself. My own recycled thoughts will come in the form of an answer. Correct? That could be wrong as well. It need not be correct all the time. So it will be wrong as well. Again, it will be wrong. So instead, I will go back and ask my questions that comes up. Okay, that is manana. Of course, the first manana is with my own self. The next step of manana will be I go and ask questions where I can get answers. Once I get answers, I am sure that I am Brahman. With the knowledge that I am Brahman, I am acting in the world using this body, mind, and intellect without getting confused with the identities that I carry and not getting attracted to the sensual pleasures in the world because it is temporary. Reason is because it is temporary. I can get attracted, I can be happy today, but tomorrow I'm going to be sad. I should know that as well. Tomorrow again, when I'm sad, I can be sad, nothing wrong. But I should know that day after tomorrow, I should not get let down. I'll be happy at some other point as well. So the permanent happiness that I can get is ananda that I can get only by knowing Brahman. This is gnana. And by using this, I can, even when I'm awake, that's called Jagrata Sushupti. Even when I'm awake, I'll be able to meditate. So this completes the, I think this completes this chapter. Shravana Manana Nididhyasa, this repeating, it keeps repeating, and I will realize I will be liberated. The more and more I do Nididhyasa, all the vasanas, it will come out and it will die. Yeah, I think this concludes this chapter. If you all have 5 minutes, maybe we can do a little Nididhyasa, if that is okay with you all. Is it okay with you all? We can do for some time.
Yes.
Okay. So if you all can come up on video, it will be good only. Yeah. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Slowly open your eyes. Whenever you open your eyes, you can speak up. You can say what you have, what happened, how you felt. Varuniji. Yes, Raviji.
It was very calming, very silent, and yeah, as you said, whatever thoughts came, I saw it as a passing cloud.
Hmm.
And, I was just trying to maintain that I'm only the observer and not getting inside.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So more and more you do this, it will start calming down. The number of thoughts will come down. And more than everything, we'll do one more type of this thing. We did it last time. It's observing the breathing pattern.
Mhm.
That will be the next step. The more we see, as a beginner, we need something to hold on to get into meditation, right? So we shall start observing the breathing pattern. And we start observing the gap between the breathing pattern. So the breathe in and breathe out, it doesn't happen immediately. There is a gap between the breathe in and breathe out.
Mhm.
So we try to observe that gap, and the more and more we observe, the gap becomes wider. So that's where we'll be able to, that's where the bliss is. Okay. So maybe we'll try it in the consequent classes. So we'll just finish the class. Kayena vacha मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. हरिः ओम्. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम्. Okay, thank you, Raviji.
You.
Thanks. See you next time. Hare.